Hi everyone. You know, the concept is very important to sell any idea from a designer perspective to a client or promoter, whoever you call it. But the actual thing is the full process from that concept till the end. So I want to explain in this session the design drawings till the shop drawing stage. Now, design drawings in many different school of architecture has been divided into three main sections and some supportive documentation after that. The first one is the concept, the second one is schematic, and the third one is detailed design, or some of them called design development, depending on which school of architecture you're coming from or which country you're coming from. Now, I want to give a quick brief on the concept part. The client comes with a brief to you, and then you do a final brief together, and then you have to have a space program, and then after that space program you do your research and development, and you come up with an initial planning and massing, as well as with a mood board, material and color scheme. And then after that one, once all these ones with the feasibility study and possible the help of other disciplines kind of brought together, you kind of reach to a concept visual stage, and then you do a final presentation. Now, after this one, considering that the concept design is frozen, the second stage starts, which is the schematic design phase. Now, if you see the main difference between all these ones from a designer perspective, actually scale. In the first one, the scale can be going between maybe 1:1000 scale to 1:1 scale, but his focus is actually probably around 1:200, 1:100 scale. It doesn't go too much in detail. Constructability is less of a problem at this stage, although it has to be, of course, considered. But in schematic design now, you actually include other disciplines like MEP design, structural design, lighting design, landscape design, and other even specialists in that case, which could be not necessarily a designer, but as a design and builder or a subcontractor. And in this case, the scale goes from 100 to 1:100 to 1:150, or even 1:20. So the scale kind of goes smaller, and then you kind of zoom in. In this one, obviously, as part of a contract, there should be some form of deliverable list clearly mentioning what needs to be there. The things that I'm going to tell you, but not limited to, like you have to have the elevations, the floor plans, you have to have the floor finishes, the ceiling finishes, the wall finishes. You have to have a coordinated RCP with other disciplines, a reflected ceiling plan. You have to have door and window schedules, and some other supporting plans as a continuity of this one. Of course, we should not forget about the setting out plans or the master plans that refers to the location of this one. Of course, this is more of an architectural design, but a similar way an interior design project should have in the schematic stage, also considering the other disciplines. Now, the detailed design stage is where you include a lot of principles that's been referred to either from an experience perspective or through a subcontractor, a specialist subcontractor, or a supplier. For example, a skirting detail, or a gutter detail outside in the facade, or a lighting detail. If you don't know the supplier there, obviously what you're going to draw is meaningless. These detailed design drawings are scale starts from usually 1:20, 1:10, 1:5, 1:1. As a supporting document for these all three stage drawings, we have the bill of quantities that defined for each discipline what needs to be done, in what unit it needs to be measured, and how much quantity will there be. And then there will be separate spec sheets for each of the material and systems that's going to be used there within this one. Now, If you don't have these, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be built. But at one point, somebody will ask a question, and you need to spend your own time to answer that question and do the coordination. So it's not the end of the world, of course. As a supporting set of thing for all the things that I mentioned you have to also include the performance material board. The actual materials there should be, even the systems could be there also, not as a board, but even as a mock-up. So we can have a lot of mock-ups, a lot of mood boards, a lot of material boards as a supporting document for this whole design drawing set. And if you do this one in the right way, I don't think the project will have any issue at the later stage, and it will be very easy for you to divide the scope in the construction. Thank you.